Howdy, y'all. Well, I went to the hospital and had my stuff done. I didn't get any help with insurance. I got to switch insurance companies, medical insurance companies, before the switch period ends. I don't know when that is, but they said Friday. I don't even know what today is. Today Wednesday or what? I don't know. They said Friday they would call me to set an appointment to discuss possibilities. So I don't know what to do, y'all. I just know I'm paying out the gazoo every month to the hospital because I owe them so much. And because I owe them so much, I'm not going there anymore. I haven't been there in 2 months, but today I had to go get blood work done so they could check on my kidneys, make sure my kidneys are still behaving correctly. That's all I got done. And they had to poke me 3 times to get blood. But I am drained. My left lung that 5 different doctors thinks has cancer in it, along with both kidneys and my liver. My left lung is hurting bad. Yesterday, last night, and all day today. I don't know what to think about it. I turned it over to God. Whenever it came up 4, 5, 6 months ago, I can't remember when they did the MRI and then a CT scan and then another CT scan and then another MRI. And each time, what they think is cancer had grown. Today they wanted to do another CT scan, and I told them no. And they wanted to send me to an oncologist over in the big town south of here, and so he could do biopsies and see if it's cancer in all those different organs. I told him no. I turned it over to God. God's my great physician. My shoulders, both of them, are hurting bad. And I can't lift, even a little bit up hurts them bad. I can do anything down, I can lift weights with my arms hanging down, but when I start trying to go up, man, it hurts. And that, I can't remember what the bone doctor is called. I call him the bonologist because I can't even remember what his title is. But I like that guy a lot. He's in that big town south here too. And he's been giving me injections every 3 months in my shoulders, and they help a lot. And they last for 3 months. And then they just, one day they're working good, the next day my shoulder's hurting again. But now he won't give me any. He says I've had too many already. I gave them to him. He gave them to me as he prescribed them. But now he won't give me any. He says both rotator cuffs are in bad shape, but not bad enough for surgery. So I guess till they're bad enough for surgery, I just hurt and can't lift. I'm talking about lifting up clothes to hang them on the hanger. on the clothes rod. That hurts like crazy. And, I've been doing a whole handful, like 6 or 8 at a time. I tried 3 today and I couldn't hardly do it. I did it, but it sure did hurt. And the rest of them I did 2 at a time. That didn't hurt as much. But I don't know what to do, y'all. And going to the hospital today hurt my heart. And I know everybody's so nice and everybody means well, but I go to the admission desk, you check in. They have 3 admission clerks, and I know all 3 of them. And all 3 of them knows I'm alone, that I don't have any family. But all 3 of them wish me happy Thanksgiving. How can one person that lives alone with nobody, no relatives, have a happy Thanksgiving? And then everywhere I went, the radiology into whatever the lab work place is called. I can't think. My brain is pretty much gone. What is the lab work place called? Anyway, 3 people at the where I go to give my blood told me happy Thanksgiving. And 2, the radiology's right across the hall from it, and their window where you check in at and the lab window where you check in at are right by each across the hall from each other. And so they at radiology, they all saw me, and 2 of them wish me happy Thanksgiving. And I know they all mean well, but it's just like rubbing salt in a wound. Because there's no such thing as happy Thanksgiving to me anymore. Or there's no such thing as Merry Christmas to me anymore. And there's no such thing as happy birthday to me anymore. I sound like Job, don't I? I've done a video 2 times, I think, on Job's pity party. And that's Stan's pity party. Tilting up that bottle to drink, that hurts my shoulders. But I got to drink. I'm a heavy drinker. Y'all know that. And y'all take care of me too. Good gosh, y'all. Between Suzanne, mostly Suzanne, good gosh. She has sent me so much stuff. And there's more coming from somebody. I don't know who. But I hadn't got anything in the last 2 days. And then today I got notification that there's 8 boxes coming, and I don't know who they're from. Nobody said anything, but I got 8 more boxes coming, I think tomorrow. But Suzanne and Cherry and her husband and Joyce and her husband have given me a lot. I'm talking about a lot. Food and drinks. I've got enough drinks to last a year, I think, and I drink a lot. Some of them I hadn't even tried yet. And Suzanne, I don't know where Suzanne's finding all this stuff. Stuff I never heard of before, but stuff that's really good. And y'all pray for Suzanne. She switched jobs. Today's her first day at a new job, and it doesn't sound good to me, and I'm concerned. Y'all pray for her safety, and that things will go good with her new job. But her new employment place does not sound like a safe place. And I'm worried about her. I told her she needs to get a handgun, and I don't know if a license is required in her state to carry a handgun or not. In my state here and Texas, where I came from, you did not have to have a license to carry a handgun, but I don't know about her state. Her state is pretty conservative too, so you probably don't have to have a license, but I don't know. But I told her either way, whether you gotta have a license or don't, she needs to get a handgun. She doesn't want to. And I'm concerned about her. She said she's got a spray to protect her. Well, those sprays don't do any good. I mean, they do good, but it comes right back in your face too. So both of you gets it. And that's not good. Because you squirt that stuff in somebody's face, that's going to make them extremely angry. And even though they're temporarily blinded, they can still fight. And Suzanne's not a big person. I don't know if she knows any, whatever you call it, judo, or what is all those Chinese and Japanese moves. Kudo, not kudo, what is it called? I can't think. Well, I don't know if she can fight or not, but she's a small person. She's a nurse. And she left the place that she had been working and started a new place today, a new hospital today. A further drive away from home than she had. She said that she got to drive all the way across a big town that I won't name to get to her job now. And I don't like that, but it's not my business. But I'm concerned for her. She's a precious, very precious person. I don't want anything to happen to her. I don't want anything to happen to any of y'all. You know, when Joyce and her husband Mike was suffering so bad, Joyce almost died last year. I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and I still pray for him. Her husband had a stent put in the other day. I prayed all the way through that. She told me something I never heard of. They give her husband something that makes his blood like oil, where it'll flow smoothly through the new stent. I never heard anything like that, but that's pretty cool. And she's got, I don't know what disease or what the name of her problem is, but she has bone problems, bones that are deteriorating, and they're putting something inside of her bones that will grow new bones. I never heard of that. That's pretty cool though. But anyway, let me stop my redneck rambling. Kitty Callie just hopped up here to remind me to get back on track, so I better obey Kitty Callie. She's right there, see? Screw over, Kitty. I can't see my people. Okay, thank you. All right, I'm here to give you your daily Bible readings. And then after this, I'm going to bed. I haven't eaten today. I ate some olives, maybe 6 or 7 olives. That's all I've eaten today. Joyce, yesterday, my meal of the day yesterday was some of those grits you sent me from North Carolina. Those things are delicious. My goodness gracious. I cooked a bowl full, and it was all I could do to eat it all. It was so much, but it tasted so good I wanted more. I didn't get more because I couldn't hold it, but those things are delicious. Oh man, y'all, I got pain. Let me read this and I'm going to bed. And it's not dark. Look outside there. See? It's not dark. But I don't care. Oh, I hurt. Now, this is chapter 11 of Hebrews. Now, faith is... I got olive skin all in my mouth. I never had that happen before. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. By faith. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the Word of God. He spoke everything into existence. I guess he had faith in himself. And we have faith to believe it. That's exactly how it happened. I wasn't there to watch it, but I know because this book says it. Everything in this book is true. This book does not lie, not one time. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the Word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. That's an interesting verse there, y'all. Did you notice that it said, through faith we understand that the worlds, plural, were framed by the Word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. Y'all know that story. By which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it he, being dead, yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated, raptured, that he should not see death. And that's what's going to happen to me, y'all. I've got faith that I'll never see death. I'm almost dead already. And if I did everything the doctors want me to do, I probably would be dead. But I'm going to get raptured. I've got faith that I'm going to get raptured. By faith Enoch was translated, raptured, that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had raptured him, translated him. For before his rapture, translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. Friend, are you pleasing God? I don't know if I am or not, but I try hard. I want to please Him. I try hard to please Him. He deserves our best. He deserves our all. Yes, He does. But without faith, it is impossible to please God. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Do you diligently seek the Lord? Do you know what the word diligently means? Look it up and then answer yourself. Do you diligently seek the Lord all day long, every single day? By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear. Do you fear the Lord? You know the Lord can do anything he wants to do. He spoke the world into being. He spoke you into being. He spoke me into being. Do you know him? By faith, Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Noah had no idea what a boat was. There is never a boat on planet Earth until God told Noah to build this humongous big boat, because it was going to rain and flood the earth. It had never rained before, ever. He didn't know what rain was. He didn't know what a flood was. He didn't know what a boat was. But by faith, he believed God, and for over 200 years, he worked building that boat. Do you have that kind of faith? By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. God's done that to a bunch of people. Sent them somewhere to share him and to do things for him into places they had never been before. He's done that to me twice. That's how I wound up here where I'm at now. I didn't know why. And I didn't know why for a while. He finally revealed it to me. And I don't particularly like it here. I've made a few good friends here. Nothing like the friends I had back in Texas, but I've got a few friends here. I just got a call from my doctor. I went to the hospital, let them take my blood. Still got my bracelet on and still got the patch. Well, I can take that off now where they taped it up, where they got the blood out. And the doctor just now called me. And she doesn't ever call unless there's something wrong. So there must have been something in the blood that she didn't like. And I don't even care. I'm going to read verse 8 again. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whither he went. I had never been in this state before God sent me here. I had no desire to come to this state. That's why I never went. I've been to, I forget, I think 44 or maybe 47 of our states. I'd never been to this one. I never had any desire to come here. God sent me here. I didn't know why, but I came. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. Isaac and Jacob were his sons, his son and his grandson. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is God. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age. She was an old woman, 90 to 100 years old, because she judged him faithful who had promised. Talking about God. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, talking about Abraham, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude. I'm a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And as the sand which is by the seashore, innumerable. You can't count them all. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off. The only promises I got is heaven. And I can't wait till God tells me to go there. He's told me to go a bunch of different places, and I went. He hadn't told me to go to heaven yet. And were persuaded of them, and embraced them and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. And that's what we all are, all of us. You know, our life here on earth, 60, 70, 80, 90 years, that might seem like a lot of years, like a long time to us. But once we're born, we are eternal. We have, after this life, we have an eternity. And that eternity has no end. And our eternity will be spent in one of two places, either heaven or hell. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he hath prepared for them a city. By faith Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, his son. He offered up his son for a sacrifice. God told him to, and he obeyed. And he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten Son, of whom it was said, that in Isaac thy seed shall be called, accounting that God was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months. Remember the little basket that was made of twigs and mud? Hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandments. By faith Moses, when he was come 2 years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured, as seeing him who is invisible. Through faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as if it was dry land, which the Egyptians, essaying to do, were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about for 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. And what shall I say more? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, and of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of the weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. They were stoned. They were sawn, cut with the saw. They were tempted. They were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskin and goatskin, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered into deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, God having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. That's it for chapter 11. That's some serious stuff there, y'all. You ought to go back and read that chapter on your own 3 or 4 times. Chapter 11 of Hebrews. Chapter 12 is going to be good. Good Lord willing, I'll get to give it to you tomorrow. I think I'm going to get my long johns out, put them on, go to bed. Nope. 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 I don't like them. They're warm. I guarantee you they're warm. But they're so tight on me, and they're my size. I guess they're supposed to be tight. I don't know. But I don't like stuff that tight on me. I put them on one time and that's it. But I got some thick padded, I don't know what you call them. Well, it's a shirt and pants, but they're thick, like insulated or something, and they're warm. I might put those on. My heater's still not working right. It either runs at 100 degrees or it doesn't run at all. And not running at all, I freeze my butt, and running at 100 degrees, I burn up. So it's cheaper to freeze my butt than it is to pay for the gas and electricity to run it at 100 degrees. So I keep it off most of the time. But I do, like, it's getting down in the 20s tonight, and I think for the next 3 or 4 nights. So I'll have to run it some to keep my pipes from freezing up. But I won't run it all night. I'll run it for an hour and turn it off and wait an hour and run it for another hour. So I'll be up and down all night with my alarm. I need to buy me a new thermostat. That's it, y'all. God bless you, friends.